Alright, you guys. So remember the lawsuit I talked about a few days ago between Stefon Diggs and Christopher Griffith? Well, an update just dropped and it's actually messier than I thought. So a quick refresher, Christopher is the one who's actually accusing Stefon of drugging and, essaying him back in 2023. Stefon turned around and sued Christopher for defamation, saying that he made that all up. So during discovery, Stefon's team actually asked the court to make Christopher hand over their old Instagram messages because Stefan claims that he can't see them anymore since Christopher blocked him. Well, Christopher just compiled and he's just turned over more than 100 pages of text messages and DMs between the two of them. Now, here's the thing, child. So, nobody outside that courtroom has actually seen what's in those messages yet. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's automatically bad for Stefan because technically, this is just Stefan getting what, his own lawyers asked for. Now, here's the thing, you guys. So, nobody outside the courtroom has actually seen what's in those messages yet. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's automatically bad for Stefan Diggs because we don't know the content. Okay, we don't know the content of those text messages, but allegedly, child, it is in support of Christopher's claims. So, if those messages ever get leaked, it will look really, really bad for Stefan Diggs and obviously Cardi B because they're gonna drag Cardi B into this because she has a baby by that man. She let Stefan Diggs heal him. And if those messages ever get leaked and they get proved that, he is allegedly a DL man behind the scenes, child, oof. I mean, it is gonna be a bad day for Cardi B and Stefan. And speaking of Cardi B, this is where it gets interesting because while all of this is unfolding, she's over there in Paris. She was in Paris looking real cozy with a soccer player. Y'all seen this? So this is Maduka Okoye. He's the Nigerian goalkeeper for Udinese, and he has been over everybody's timeline in the last month or so. I know he's been over my timeline in the last month or so. Okay. And he has been, he was already going viral because of his looks. Have you seen this man? So he was already going viral before Cardi B even entered the picture. We just saw Cardi B in Maduka in Paris a few days ago, and he has been popping on my feed. I don't know if he's been popping on your feed for the last couple of days, even before we saw Cardi B and Maduka together. So they were spotted together twice. So once at the Jean Paul Gaultier show, where he's helping Cardi B into her seat like a gentleman, and then again on the balcony, just laughing together, having drinks and talking. And of course, this had people talking, okay, including Cardi B's own fans. So they immediately ran with the narrative that she has moved on from Stefon Diggs to Maduka. Now, personally, y'all, I don't think this turns into anything serious. I think we're just talking, getting to know each other. I don't think I really hope she doesn't let Maduka heal her the way she let Stefan heal her. Now, personally, I don't think this turns into anything serious. I think they're just on the balcony, they were just spotted together, talking together, and he is not exactly in Cardi B's tax bracket, okay? So Cardi B makes much more than Maduka does, and she's got 4 kids. She just had a baby. She just let Stefan Diggs heal her, and she was publicly telling the world that she's in love with this man, and look where that got her. Now, here's something else that people aren't really talking about with Maduka. So, Maduka has got an ex, Jaleisha. So, she is the mother of his son, and she publicly accused him of domestic abuse before. She even posted photos of the bruiser, said that he broke her nose, called him a liar and a cheat, all of that. So, they have since been going back and forth between broken up and back together multiple times. So, who knows where they actually stand now? And that's not exactly a clean sleep either. So, all the men that, Cardi B ends up with, they all have a track record of not being faithful to the partners and, allegedly putting their hands on women behind the scenes. Allegedly, child. And while Cardi B was in Paris, y'all, I mean, she is in Paris. And she was caught stalking and liking very, very shady tweets about, Nicki Minaj. So in my previous video, I talked about Nicki Minaj being at the Rose Garden lunch with President Trump, where, President Trump called her hot. It was beautiful. She looked absolutely amazing. And Cardi B was in Paris for, she was attending multiple fashion shows. And none of the looks gagged. Y'all, the first one was so plain and I read a comment that said that she just makes everything off the runway look so cheap. Child, there was nothing gag worthy about Cardi B's outfits. None of them. And instead of Cardi B just, enjoying her own space, just like staying in her own lane, and, Nicki Minaj is in her own space, staying in her own lane, Cardi B, she saw that, not a lot of people were gagged by her fashion looks. And she felt some type of way. So she was caught red-handed, y'all, again, stalking Nicki Minaj. So she liked a very shady tweet on X. So the tweet said, I'm not gagging at anything. I'm not gagging at either, Nicki and Cardi B's looks because none of them gag. I mean, I like the fact that she actually knows that she didn't gag any of her fashion looks. Speaking of Nicki, y'all, she is seemingly teasing new music and a tour probably because she was on TikTok live and people left comments on her TikTok and she liked those comments. So she could be hinting to new music, though I don't know if she'll be dropping any music anytime soon because she tweeted last year that she wasn't going to be dropping any new music until her documentary is out. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think those DMs between Stefan Diggs and Christopher are gonna come back to bite him in the ass? Let me know in the comment section, y'all. And that's all the tea I have for you guys in this video. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.